Welcome back, everyone. Todd Shelton, a popular mentor and coach, was struck by a bullet earlier this year, leaving him paralyzed from the neck down. Turns out it was a case of mistaken identity, but his impact on those in his community really is immeasurable. He is so beloved that a friend contacted KMOV, and that's when the Surprise Squad got to work. It all led up to halftime on the field where he's coached, and the Raps came off one of the biggest and best surprises we've ever been a part of. McClure High School, let me hear you make some noise! Happy homecoming to you. My name is Matt Chambers, and I'm with the KMOV Surprise Squad. Now, you're asking yourself, what in the world is the KMOV Surprise Squad doing here? Well, we are here today for a very special reason, to honor a great man and a great family. This past February, Todd and his lovely fiancée, Jackie, were on their way home one evening, and shots rang out. Some of those bullets penetrated the vehicle that they were in. One of them struck Todd in the back. From that moment to this moment today, he's been paralyzed from the neck down.
I spent days and days just looking at my hand, just hoping that it moves. At the end of the day, I didn't have to be here. I still don't have to be here. But I'm here, and it's a purpose. We're gonna keep fighting, regardless.
It could put you in a rut, you know, where you kind of want to focus on yourself, but he is complete opposite. He's complete selfless.
He used to help me all the time, whether it was in the classroom, out the classroom, on the field, off the field. Always a father figure in my life.
He's only been working in the district for 10 years, and this young man is held on a pedestal in the community. It's just been a blessing to us to see the love that different people have given him. He knew how to get these kids from high school into college and a better life.
If they can see me in this situation, still fight, and still be strong, still be motivated, and still inspired, then they can do anything.
Todd doesn't focus on those struggles. Before this life-changing ordeal, Todd was a positive force in this community, always looking for ways to make other people's lives better. It was his mission statement. You know what's changed about that mission statement since this incident? Nothing. So it is only fitting that that same community recognizes him for his dedication and the difference that he continues to make every single day. Mr. Mayor, to you.
I have a proclamation here today with me that declares October 12th as Coach Todd Shelton Day here in the city of Florissant.
Wow. Thank you so much.
To the front door, I assume? We parked about a block away because we don't want to spoil the surprise. Come on. The KMOV Surprise Squad had a chance to surprise the Shelton family at their home earlier this week. We knocked on their door unannounced. They let us in, and it was like we had known them for 10 years. They were the most friendly, most gracious people we've ever had the pleasure to meet. And you know, despite the adversity they faced and the incredible determination they have, it became obvious to us that they were still trying to figure out how they were going to make certain things work. In order to get Todd into or out of a wheelchair-accessible van, they have to take him outside. And they said, boy, it would sure be great to have a ramp in the garage because winter's coming, it's gonna get icy, it's gonna get snowy. Well, we know some people. So, Shelton family, you're not gonna have to worry about that anymore. We're gonna install that ramp free of charge, no material, no labor. James Anderson at Approved Home Improvements, he answered the call about installing the ramp. Now, everybody in this building, I think, knows how dedicated Todd is to football. He was a star athlete in high school. He earned a scholarship to play at Missouri Western. And you know what he did after all that? He came back home. He wanted to be a coach. He wanted to be a mentor. Through his entire life of loving football, he has loved one team more than the rest. The Arizona Cardinals.
Yeah!
Anybody know his favorite player? It's the legend himself, Larry Fitzgerald. Well, Todd, we got some connections down in Arizona. And when the football Cardinals heard about your story, they were moved, just like all of us. And just like us, something to hang next to that proclamation from the mayor. Folks, that is an Arizona Cardinals jersey signed by the man himself, Larry Fitzgerald.
Hey Todd, how you doing? This is Larry Fitzgerald. I was just informed about, what happened. You've taken, something that wasn't necessarily good and turned into something great. I know those young people are truly inspired by you and your willingness to continue to fight. I hope at some point I get to meet you and shake your hand. Take care, Todd.
That was kind of cool, right? I think you got a new fan, Todd. That's what I just heard. He's a fan of yours. The real need here. If there's something else this family could really use, it's a wheelchair accessible van. Todd's family rents these vans. Many of these vans aren't really big enough for Todd's 6'5" frame, being the gentle giant that he is. They need one of their own, and I gotta level with you, I wish we could make that happen for him, but maybe all of us working together could. The family's got a GoFundMe program in place, so it would be awesome if everybody, maybe later today, could work together to put them over the top of that new van. You think we can do that? There is one more thing. We told McClure that we needed to bring one of our largest news vehicles out here in order to haul out Todd's final surprise, because this final surprise, my friends, is big. So that's why this giant News 4 vehicle is out on the track right now. But I have to apologize before we go any farther. We fibbed to the school district. Actually, we just out and out lied, because as it turns out, Todd's final surprise is not inside the van. The final surprise is the van.
Oh, man.
Thank you guys.
This is just amazing. You guys are super special. Oh, I'm just, thank you so much, all of you. Thank you, and thank you, God.
How you feeling right now, man?
So appreciative. You guys, so speechless, guys. Thank you guys so much. I will continue to motivate and hopefully inspire all you guys. And I love you all.
None of this would have happened without two very kind and generous organizations. So a huge thank you to United Access. We can't.
It was an awesome event. I had to wipe my tears many times. It's just, humbling to be part of it.
The KMOV Surprise Squad could never do anything, let alone something of this scale, without Scott Credit Union.
And I hope other companies are looking at this and saying, you know what, we want to be a part of those stories as well. It's all about giving back to the community, and the more the merrier.
I didn't say it out loud. I was like, that kind of looks like the van we've been looking at. But I was like, it's Channel 4. They got all types of vans. It's whatever.
Okay, deep breath. Coach Todd Shelton is one of the greatest men I have ever had the pleasure to meet, and it was an honor for the KMOV Surprise Squad to tell his story. Now, we call it the Surprise Squad for a reason, right? KMOV could never have done what we did for Todd on our own, no. So we've invited into the studio some friends of ours who helped to make this surprise a reality. I'm going to start on the far end. Frank Paddock is the president and CEO of Scott Credit Union. Frank, good morning.
Morning.
John Beering is the president of United Access, the man in the middle. And James Anderson is the owner of Approved Home Improvements. Gentlemen, all of you, thank you so much for being here. I'm going to start with the man in the middle, John, because what maybe didn't come across in that story is the fact that without your help and the help of your company, United Access, we would not have been able to acquire that van for Todd and his family. Tell us a little bit about what United Access does and how this partnership came about.
Sure. So what United Access, what we do every day is help folks with disabilities realize their dreams and live their best lives. Through mobility. And, we do that as the second largest retailer wheelchair accessible vans and mobility related solutions in the country. And so, it was just a pleasure to be part of lifting Todd up and helping him realize the next chapter of his life. So.
Here's what's really crazy. By the time we reached out to you, Todd's family had already been in contact with you. They were working on purchasing that specific van.
That's right. That's right.
So it's remarkable that you were able to help us connect some dots and make this happen. And of course, Frank with Scott Credit Union as well, our community partner, as we like to call it here with Surprise Squad. You were on the field. All three of you were on the field. But tell me a little bit about what it was like to watch all of that unfold during halftime at homecoming.
Sure. You know, it was really interesting. You could really feel the love and admiration in the crowd. It was just overwhelming, quite honestly. You knew that Todd had already had an impact on that community, and it was just amazing to feel that. And then as each of the surprises started to come out, the genuine appreciation from his family and the entire crowd, it just felt really, really good to be a part of that.
James, I don't even think we got the question out on the phone when we called you about putting some ramps in his house before you said, yes, 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 let's do it. You have a very successful business that you're running virtually by yourself, you and your wife and a pretty small crew. You would have been fine without doing something like this. So why be so agreeable for something like that?
I mean, normally we focus on fireplaces and stuff like that, but we do everything. And the fireplace focus is for safety. And so this was an opportunity to give somebody they needed both for safety and for a need, not a want. So, I mean, we've done a lot with Channel 4, and it's done a lot for my business, and we just wanted to give something back.
We appreciate that. And I think you told us when we were out on that track that this is not about business. This is about helping this man. And John, we know that you've been helpful in making some modifications to the van, and I know you're going to stick with this family.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Three of you, we honestly couldn't have done any of this without you guys, and I can't emphasize enough how quickly they all said, yeah, let's do it. So thank you very much. This all began, by the way, with a simple nomination. We don't know these stories unless you make us aware of the stories. So if you know someone that could use a visit from the KMOV Surprise Squad, please, please, please let us know. You can email us at surprisesquad@kmov.com. You can also go to kmov.com/surprisesquad.